Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. National Financial Literacy Month is celebrated in April, which is a great opportunity for us to check and promote our financial situation and skills. Joining me for this segment, we have David Whelan, CEO of Engage XR, to discuss what the Metaverse actually is and how kids can safely participate. David, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
It's fantastic to be here, Jill.
Let's talk about some Metaverse 101. Explain to us what it actually is.
So the metaverse is an evolution of how we communicate online, an evolution of the internet. So today, when people are on the internet, it's all very flat. So we have web pages and we communicate through video, which again is very flat, whereas the metaverse is a 3D spatial awareness of the internet and how we communicate. So instead of just visiting a website where it's all flat pages, you could actually visit a custom location and walk around that location. So if you're going to, say, a virtual exhibit, for an example, there'll be an avatar, a digital version of you walking around within that physical space. So it's really a spatial way to communicate in the future.
So it sounds like it's a much more immersive experience. With that said, what do you do and don't need to be able to participate in the metaverse?
You can use pretty much any computing device you have today. With our own platform, Engage, you can connect on your mobile phone, tablet, you can connect on a standard desktop display. And even though we do support VR headsets, it's still very immersive when you're on your standard display. So even though it is a flat display, you can walk around within the space. So as an example, I don't know if you've ever been on a Zoom call with 20 or 30 people, it can get very busy very quickly. Whereas when you're in a spatial location, you can move around by using the keyboard and mouse and talk to someone and have those private hallway conversations. And that's why people use these spatial settings. They can get a lot more work done very, very quickly. So instead of having maybe a physical office in the future, you're going to have a virtual office online. And it's one of the key use cases that people use Engage for today, and metaverse applications.
I'm glad you brought out the Zoom example. Let's spend some time on the types of experiences available on the metaverse.
Yeah, so we originally started the platform as an education platform and built a virtual classroom, but it really has evolved, especially over COVID times, where a lot of employees are onboarding new employees actually over the last couple of years, but they feel very disconnected because they've never had that office experience. They don't communicate with their colleagues other than on Zoom calls, and they feel very disconnected. So there's a lot of churn with people going through organizations. And what we provide is a virtual office where you can have, hundreds of employees walking around these spatial locations. You can go into virtual offices, you can do whiteboard sessions, Kanban boards, daily stand-ups. That's what people are using these virtual rooms for today, and it really keeps your organization connected. And it's not just in enterprise, it's also in education, and we've Stanford University using the platform, Oxford University, 3M. So there's many big name brands that actually use the platform on a daily basis.
What are some safety and security considerations when joining the metaverse?
So that is a massive concern. So there are a lot of platforms out there today. Most of them are gaming platforms, and all they're concerned with is growing the user base. So they make it super easy for people to get on board. At the same token, then anybody can get on board, and it can be a very abusive location. We've come from the other end, from an education background where security was a key concern. We are the only platform with ISO certification, security certification. But the way that security will be on the metaverse in the future is each person in the metaverse is an avatar, is a virtual version. And the way that you will be recognized is a lot of these headsets have eye tracking, or I'm sitting in front of a webcam right now. That webcam with facial recognition can recognize my face and then log me into the metaverse. And each avatar will be a unique avatar, which will be an NFT, because I act a certain way when I'm inside the metaverse and people recognize my avatar. I don't want somebody copying my avatar and saying racist stuff within any type of metaverse platform and get me banned. So they will be unique NFTs where when you log in, it will recognize this is David who's put on the headset. It will grab my avatar, and check it on the blockchain and will log me in. So people will know that actually this really is David. The same as people would really see me in the real world, unless I had an evil twin somewhere.
So, David, we know the vulnerabilities that social media has exposed for children. How can kids safely participate in the metaverse, and how can parents protect their kids?
As I said, with the avatar system, verifying users is a key component. So there's a lot of keyboard warriors out there where there's no ramifications no matter what they say or post, on social media, because they can hide behind an alias. Whereas when you can't hide behind an alias on the metaverse in the future, that will really stop a lot of that abusive speak, that people have out there. And a lot of these metaverse platforms, including ourselves, will be joined together. So it's not going to be just one platform that's going to dominate the metaverse space. It's going to be a collection of different platforms. You're going to have a metaverse for dating, a metaverse for entertainment, and hopefully when people use the metaverse for education and enterprise, they will come to us, but they will all be linked together. So if you get banned from one metaverse, you get banned from all the metaverse applications. It's really going to be treated the same as a real world.
All right, David, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you.